Queen. It comes from the fact that I'm Egyptian. No, I'm just kidding. It just comes from me and my best friend one day when I was younger. We were talking, and I was like, man, I want a nickname, but not like my family nickname, because my first name is Sharice. So they used to call me like Reese's Pieces, Reese Boo, something like that. I'm like, I want a nickname, like a real nickname I could use out here in these streets. And so my friend was trying to help me come up with something, and she just shot out the word Queen, and she was like, that's it. That has to be your nickname. And from then on, it just kind of fell in place, and I was Queen.
Queen of Trill?
No, just Queen. See, Queen So Trill, let's not confuse it, because
Okay.
I think there is a artist, I think she might be a hip-hop artist, named Queen of Trill. So my name is just Queen, but my Instagram, that's my only social media, it's Queen So Trill. And that's because when I first started social media, I was not even on, like, I was off the grid. I was not on social media at all. If you didn't have my phone number or you didn't see me out in the streets, then you just couldn't get a hold of me. But I ran into somebody, and they asked me, did I model? And I said no, and I didn't really have an interest in doing it. And then he asked me, did I do music? And I said, I've done it before, yeah. And he said he wanted to be my manager, Atlanta. And I said, oh, well, maybe, we'll see. And so I gave him like a little trial. And so he set up an Instagram for me, and it was Queen something else, because my name is Queen, and then it was like something of his management. And then I gave him like a month period of a trial period, and he really didn't do anything. So I was like, dang, I'm already on social media now. I'm going to change my name for one, and I'm going to stay on social media and keep going with this entertainment stuff. I'm just going to do it myself. So I was trying to think, but there are a lot of queens in the world. So it was hard to try to come up with something that was still available, because I came in late. I came in the game late in social media. I've only been on for a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. So I was just trying different combinations. And because I'm from Texas, Trill is a real life description of how somebody is. You real, you true, you trill, and that just defines me as a person. I'm just very authentic, so I had to go with that.
People do confuse you with Queen of Trill. Have you bumped heads with that person?
Never met her. I didn't even know it was an issue. But yeah, some people will say Queen of Trill, like when they're speaking of me, but.
I see.
Yeah.
It's easy to do that.
Yeah. I'm not really sure how the confusion comes in of, so I guess maybe.
I did it by mistake.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't saying anything about you.
Now, okay, what about your ethnicity? What is your ethnicity?
My ethnicity, I am Italian and Egyptian. So most people think I'm Hispanic, and a lot of times people will even come and start speaking to me in Spanish, and I look at them crazy because I don't know much Spanish, just a little bit, but I'm actually Italian and Egyptian. So.
Do you speak any other languages, though?
Not so much.
Not so much.
No. And that's something that I don't know if I could say I regret, because I don't know if it was in my hands when I was young, but I wish that my mother, when I was young, would have spoke to me in Arabic and taught me Arabic and English coming up. But she didn't. And then when I was older and I had an interest in it, I tried to learn myself by listening to like the cassette tapes or whatever. I don't think I used a book, but I tried to learn myself, and it was just so hard. So
throughout your life being mixed, did you face any obstacles?
I feel like, well, maybe it was a little easier on me because my father was in the Air Force. He was in the military, so that's how he met my mother. My father is like a white boy from Jersey. That's where the Italian and German a little bit comes into play. And he was stationed in Egypt, and he met my mother. So we moved around a lot through my adolescent years, and I lived all around the world, so I was not only exposed to different cultures and different people, like in their home nation, but even in the military, it was very mixed. So I didn't get that much of an issue, but sometimes you still felt like you weren't this enough or that enough, like dealing with my naturally curly hair and wanting it to be straight because I saw that's what other people had, or being picked at and teased because when I walked, my hair would sway, my ponytail hair would sway. But I mean, nothing too crazy, but just not really knowing where you fit in because you're mixed.
Did the teasing ever turn into bullying, or just?
No, not. Come on now. It's crazy because I was really like, even though social media may have me with so many followers or whatever, I'm actually a popular introvert. Like I'm really a loner. So even coming up in school, I would be like, people would know who I was, and I would know who other people were, and I would be cool with a lot of people, but I would still kind of be to myself. It was not an issue for me to go to lunch by myself. It was not an issue for me to, once people spread from the big group and clicked up, for me to be by myself. That wasn't an issue. So, yeah, I'm strong. I'm tough.
How'd you deal with the teasing, though, back then? Just verbal? Did it ever get physical?
It? No, never physical. I've actually been pretty blessed and protected, I feel like, because I haven't had people really go hard to hate me, I guess. No.
Did it stop at some point?
No, I'm sure there's still people that hate me. I'm just kidding. No, but
the teasing and
as far as teasing, I don't even really have that many people in my life like that. Now as a grown adult, what people might tease you on the internet, yeah, okay, or on social media, yeah, I still get, comments, crazy comments or things like that. But,
being mixed, what about with the actress career choice? Any obstacles there?
I actually think of it more as a benefit, a pro, because my ethnicity, I'm racially ambiguous. So they don't really know what ethnicity I am, which allows for me to play different roles if I choose. Hey, it's more about what do you look like? What can you portray? And with my look, and especially if I change it up, you see I got some things going on today. If you switch it up, you could pull off looking Hispanic. You could pull off looking, I might even stretch as far as going white, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't know if I could really pull off full black, light skin, but I'm racially ambiguous, so I think that's a benefit with acting. And I was at my acting class last week, and I was speaking with two other girls, and they're, black or African American, whatever you feel is, the most conscious way of saying it. But they were telling me that whenever they look on certain sites for acting jobs, a lot of times it will be for people like me, specifically that look like me, and it's less for people that look like them. And I mean, that kind of made me feel bad, but I guess for me, it could be a benefit.
Now, give me some advice. Let's say there's somebody that has to deal with teasing of being mixed themselves, okay? And some people have had it way worse than you. Sounds like you had the pretty good end of the deal there, of the obstacles that you've come across thus far.
Right.
But let's say somebody's, having it pretty rough. They're growing up, they're going through some things, dealing with teasing of their nationality, their race, their ethnicity, doesn't matter. Any advice to somebody watching that today, watching this interview today?
If it's not physical, I feel like the best thing that you could do is to get in touch with yourself and your culture and figure out how to love yourself, because it doesn't really matter what somebody else's opinion is of you. It matters what your opinion is of yourself. So if you find, strength in yourself, if you find something beautiful about your culture, about the way you look, then that's all that matters. What they think, as long as it's not physical and it's just teasing, you could just look the other way. Don't give them anything to continue, like don't give them a reaction. Because most people, what they look for is a reaction. So if you seem confident in yourself and you really don't care what they think, they're going to pick on somebody else because there's no fun in it. So find comfort and self-love first, and that should be good.